What's up peeps? Jake Plaskie over here, back with the new one. Oh damn, got something in my eye. Today I trained some shoulders with dumbbells only, and today I'm going to show you which exercises are the most effective and how to perform them for maximum results. Because I can understand in this unfortunate situation that it can be difficult to get a great workout session or just in general be creative to create a great workout. But hey, you're already one step ahead if you have dumbbells in your arsenal. If you want a body weight only or like doing stuff with like home equipment or with like resistance bands, let me know in the comment section below and I'll make it happen. For these exercises you actually need a pair of dumbbells, and if you don't have a pair of dumbbells, you only have one single dumbbell, it's okay as well. And you also need a chair. So this is how the video is going to work. First I'm going to explain the exercises and then I'm going to show you the footage of the exercise. But okay bros, grab your phone or a notebook and write every information I'm going to give you right now. So exercise number 1 is actually the dumbbell press. Dumbbell press is probably one of the most effective dumbbell exercises for shoulders in my opinion, for really creating that 3D thick look. Now you can actually play around with the variations of the shoulder press. The most easiest way, but you can't actually overload them the most, is the seated supported dumbbell press. If you want a more difficult variation, you just take your back off the chair or the bench and perform the exercises this way. And if you want to step it up a notch, but you actually can't overload it that much, if you actually need to compare it with like the seated ones, and that is actually the standing dumbbell press. I would recommend this one if you are really lagging with like weights and you have like a limited amount of weights to load your dumbbell up with. Just do them standing. You can perform this exercise with actually really light weights and it is actually really effective. But for the sake of this video, I am going to do the seated supported classic dumbbell press. And you will see in the video I will use a bench, but you can perfectly do this with a normal chair. It's fine. And if you don't have a chair for whatever weird reason, you can do them actually seated on the ground. When I do like the seated supported dumbbell press, I always adjust my bench a little bit to the back. The reason why for this, because my shoulder external rotation is like the best. I put my shoulder in a much safer position without overcompensating with other muscles. Make sure if you perform this exercise that your arm is in a 90-degree angle. Your elbows, wrist and knuckles are in line with the ceiling. Make sure that your elbow is not extended like this. This is a common mistake when like doing presses. Make sure your elbow is like this so you don't overextend the wrist. It is much safer for the wrist and you're preventing like hurting your wrist or like injure your wrist. An easy way to think about it is like giving someone a fist bump or a knuckle bump, however you want to call it. This is like the same position of like doing a press. This is a common mistake when I see like someone do a overhead press. They overextend the shoulder. If you do that, you actually involve a lot of the trap muscle. You don't actually want that, because if you involve the trap muscle, you really lose tension of the delts. So ideally, seeing if you are pressing, press with the shoulders. Don't overextend your arms. Literally, I just go like that and I go like back down again. So let's step it up a notch. We are not going too easy on these. So let's do a superset with the dumbbell raise and with the Arnold dumbbell press. Now in the past I did this exercise a lot like standing, but I find when I'm like sitting on a bench and doing the exercise, I actually can put my mind more on the muscle. I can train the muscle better. But obviously the standing version is a lot more difficult if you can actually perform the exercise right. No heavy weights on the side raise, okay? I see this too much and too often, that like a lot of even like pro bodybuilders and like just regular people in the gym like picking really heavy weights and like they end up swinging the weights. This is not a dumbbell raise. To make it clear, if you are doing the side raise correctly, your shoulders need to be down and only the delts need to do the work. If you're moving with too heavy weights, little to no tension is placed on the side delts. It's more like a lot of trap involvement. So, and I can't speak from experience because my traps are overdeveloped. in comparison to my delts, and it is actually because I did a lot of heavy side raises and like heavy and overextending dumbbell presses, and that's why my traps is like overdeveloped in comparison with my delts. So keep that in mind. So to perform the side raise correctly, you need to put your shoulder down and locked throughout the whole movement. So your shoulders don't do this, but your shoulders, if you do it correct, are doing this. And as you can see, you can't even see it a bit throughout my t-shirt, but my traps are staying in place and my shoulders are doing the work. Because of my limited flexibility, my arms are going just like this and my delts are involved. If I'm going too high, a lot of trap is involved. But that is just me. A lot of people, when they are pressing their shoulders down, they could probably go a little bit higher or maybe a little bit less higher. Find that out for yourself, but make sure that your shoulders are down the whole movement. If your shoulders are slipping up, reset your form and do it again. And when I'm performing this exercise, I'm actually not with my back on the bench or on the chair. I actually move forward a little bit. I put my body in an angle so I can engage my delts a lot more. Bend the elbow a little bit, not too much. Like I said, shoulders down. Rotate your shoulders to the point where your side delt is more primary. And as you can see, by doing that, my elbows are actually a lot higher than my hands. A lot of people, when they are doing side raises, their hands are higher than their elbows, and they actually don't engage the side delts that good. For the Arnold press, the positioning of the Arnold press looks like this. This is how it looks like when you are seated from the side. Your arms are in a 90-degree angle. When you are about to performing the press, you bring your elbows to the side, then you rotate with your hands, your elbows still in that 90-degree angle. You press with the shoulders, and just with like the shoulder press, just let the tension on the delts, not on your traps. So don't fully extend your shoulders, otherwise the traps will be involved. Make sure you have a straight back. Don't arch your back like this, because if you do that, you already can see the front delt and the upper chest is in a more vulnerable position to get target, and that is actually not what we want. We want the delts to be involved in this, so make sure your back is straight, engage your core, engage your abs, so you have a steady and locked position. And the last superset, but probably one of the most important superset, it is an often neglected body part, and it is a dumbbell rear delt fly neutral and a dumbbell rear delt fly pronated. So the neutral position, your hand placements look like this, and the pronated position, your hands look like this. If you don't have access to a bench, you can perform this exercise perfectly with a chair. So when performing this exercise on the chair, I put my head on the chair, I put my shoulders forward and locked. Don't put your shoulders back. If you are doing that, you're not putting the pressure on your rear delts, you actually put the pressure on your traps again. I did that a lot in the past and it didn't end up well for my rear delts. It actually did quite well for my traps, but for the rearies, it don't. Again, there is no need to overload this exercise with a lot of weights. It's a small muscle, you probably get away with even higher reps, and really let that muscle work. You are going to perform these exercises back to back. The difference between the neutral position and the pronated position is actually not that much. They may be targeting a little of different muscle fibers in the rear delt. But it is really good to really burn out the rear delt, because it's an often lagging muscle part, so the rear delts can really use that. This was it, broses. I hope you get something from this video. Normally I don't do like muscle specific workouts. I usually do like push-pull legs because I can target the muscle 2 times in a week. You can do that as well, but make sure you don't overtrain. Aim for like 10 to 15 sets weekly, I would say, for the shoulder muscle, of course. I hope you find this video helpful and got some information from it. So if you liked this video, please give this one a like, share this one with a friend, put on post notifications so you can see when I drop a new video, subscribe for sure, and I'll see you in the next